In this video, I'll demonstrate how to install VMware tools in your Linux distribution. We're using Ubuntu here, but if you're using Mint, it's go exactly the same fashion. First thing we need to do is to go up to the Virtual Machine or VM menu, depending upon whether you're using Workstation or Fusion. And you'll see Install VMware Tools. Select that. And what this does is it mounts a virtual CD in your Linux. And we see here we have the VMware Tools icon, CD, and we have our VMware Tools. So we can just drag that and drop it onto our desktop. We'll copy it from the virtual CD. And it's copied. Next thing we need to do is that we need to open a terminal. Select terminal. Move this over a little bit. Now we need to CD to the desktop. And let's see if it's there. There's our file. Notice that this has two extensions, a GZ, which stands for gzip, which is a type of compression, and we have tar, which is a way of concatenating a number of files into a single file. And this is something you'll learn later in this course, how to use tar and gz to take several files, put them into one long concatenated file, and then to compress it. To uncompress it, and so we're going to use the command tar xvf and then the name of the file. We hit enter. We see a new folder has been created. And we see the process occurring of gzipping and untarring. The gzip occurs first, the ungzip, and then the untarring. And so let's now clear this screen so it's easier to follow. And essentially it's still running out those files to the virtual disk. And we see now that we've got our new folder that contains our files that we'll need to install VMware Tools. Go to inside the folder, type ls. You see we have several, the light blue are directories. And then we have a regular file here called files, and then two what look like installer files. What we want to do is we want to run this file. Because our current directory isn't in our path, we will have to type sudo, because we're going to install this, is root, // which means find this file I want to execute in the current directory, and vmware-install.pl. Let's hit enter. It wants our password for root. We give it the password, and we start the installation process. And we pretty much want to take all the defaults here, so we're just going to hit enter here, enter here, enter, 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 enter. Now the installation process has enough information to start the installation process. Screen will go blank and shortly it will come back up. Obviously, if you're installing Linux inside or Linux on a physical drive, you don't need to add VMware tools. It should go without saying, but just in case. And now we're done. And so if we want to get rid of those other files, we can type rm and delete the VMware gzip file, and then rm-r VMware tools.-rf for recursive and forced to delete the directory. And they're gone. Now we can reboot.